Hey y'all, I'm live and in the building. I'm live and in the building. Hey. Come on up in the Lord's house. Ye shall come to love. Come on up in the Lord's house. Ye shall come to love. Come on up in the Lord's house. Ye shall come to love. Robo Shanda, Ibo Shai, Kandala. Oh, yeah. I promised y'all that song the other night and didn't do it. So I figure I'll do it today. Oh, okay. Come on, y'all. I'm waiting for y'all to get on up in here. I know somebody in particular said they was waiting for me to go live so they could let me have it. They said that yesterday. Ooh, child. Come on, y'all. Come on. I'm not even in the chat, so I don't know who's here and who is not here yet. I don't know. And my husband ain't helping me out. So give me a second. Because I'm doing everything but that.
Do you help me when I do my show?
I do. I be in the chat telling people hello. So don't play yourself. Don't play yourself. Don't play yourself. You shall come to love. Don't play yourself. You shall come to love. All right, let me stop playing. Let me get up in here and say hello to my people.
Trisha here, Terry Hughes, L. Manning, Monte.
Well, say hello to the people.
Tyrone Famous. Hey, y'all.
Hello to the people. Hey, Tyrone Famous. Hey, Terry. Hey, Trisha. Hey, my best friend, L. Manning. Hey, Monte. Hey, Reese Cup. And Trisha. Hello to everybody who's here. They're saying hey to you, Tremel. They heard your big mouth.
Hey.
You should be typing in the chat. Like
Bring me a chicken chiquita.
Hey, Brenda. All right, I'm going to get started because you know. Hey, welcome to my living room. I wish that was my living room. I'd be sitting at the piano singing Ishala Kandala. Oh. I think that's what throws Tremel about my song. When I sit there, oh yes, and I be singing it like it's really, like I'm really into it. Like Jesus is about to provide a blessing.
Well, you're going to go to jail for that song one day.
Why?
Because it's against the law.
It is not. You can't tell me what my praise and worship song should be. Ishala Kandala. Oh. Hey, y'all. I was feeling like Tremel today, so I decided to wear red. Because y'all know, I normally do blue. Because that's my favorite color. But I decided to do red today. Yes. We're going to do a little show. Jonelle Brenda says hi. Hey, Q's World. Y'all, I can't wait for Monday. Because me and Q's, baby, Monday gonna be hot, y'all. Trust me,
Y'all
Monday
gonna
gonna
cut
be
the
hot.
fool.
We are. We gonna act up. Her mouth, my mouth, child, it's gonna be a mess.
Child. Oh, Lord have mercy.
You know what I want to talk about today? I want to talk about internet gangsters, honey. Because as much as I keep saying I'm not gonna get into it with people, especially the trolls that like to, just type shit and go about their day and then maybe lead you on. So I got into it with somebody on someone else's post based on what I posted on someone else's post. Now, they either didn't pay attention and saw that it wasn't, I think they thought it was the person that actually made the video. I think. Because they didn't know me or Tremel. They claim they haven't watched our video. So to make that assumption, what they said, for me to respond back to, well, once I responded, they made another comment. And I said, well, maybe they don't know who they're talking to. So I said, I'm not going to allow you to turn this post into something negative. Come over to my channel and do it because I've got nothing but time. So they was like, oh, you must need views, and I'm not coming over to your little channel because I don't want to support you and da da da. I said, no, bitch, I don't need views. What I want to do is make an example out of your motherfucking ass, bitch. So bring it on through to the King because I've got nothing but time. All of a sudden, the conversation stopped. They didn't have nothing to say because I will make an example out of you. If at any moment you feel the need that you want to try me, bitch, I can drop the link. We could go for it, bitch, because I ain't got nothing but time. See, Tremel get mad and want to beat you. Joseph will sit here and read you until your eyes bleed, bitch, and my tongue falls out of my mouth because I have nothing better to do with my life but sit here and read you. But what I'm not going to do is go back and forth with you typing, bitch. I can put you up on here. And if you want to have a reading session, we can do that. Matter of fact, we can do it on Bigo where I'll get beans to do it and make coins behind it. That's why I left Bigo, because that's what the gay people over there do. And I didn't want to do that. I'm not young. I'm not one of these little young girls that want to sit and read all day long. I can, but I choose not to. But whoever that was over there on that post was gonna get it because I was in the mood yesterday. See, I ain't always in the mood. But if you get me in the right mood and I feel like I got nothing but time, oh, baby, we can go back and forth all day long. I'll see, Tremel ain't got time for that. Tremel don't do that. Tremel will tell you in a minute, I ain't doing all of that. That's what my husband does. I beat you. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button and like. Hey, Moni.
Hey, Moni, no love.
It just annoys me because 9 times out of 10, the people that's popping shit behind the computer or their phone or their little tablet, when they see you in person, they're not gonna do it in person. And I don't understand. Like, I don't understand. Cause see, if I call you a dog face bitch right here sitting from here when I see you in person, I'm gonna say dog face bitch. I thought you said da 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 da. Yeah, I'm not. Cause I don't bother nobody. I'm not an internet gangster. I'm not an internet bully. I don't bother people. I let people be. You do you, I do me. And now, if I constantly or always comment on your postings or whatever, I don't have a problem with you coming if you always do it and you just don't agree like I agree. I'm cool with that. But when you try to make negative comments just because you think you can, that don't work for me. People do that on Facebook all the time. They're legend for that, honey. They'll never post or comment or like nothing, But the minute you say something they don't like, honey, they all up under your thing like they're giving you a history lesson, honey. And I gives them a history lesson. Bitch, who are you? How did you even get on my profile? Must have been a day when I was just feeling nice and I didn't look at the pictures. Because normally I look at pictures and if I don't find you attractive, I'm not accepting your friend request. It's just what it is. It just is what it is. So some people, I feel, they must have got me on a day where I was just like, let me just add them. Because some of them, I'll just be sitting back like, bitch, I clearly didn't see your picture, or else you had a picture of somebody else. People give you all kinds of big energy online. Yeah, El Manning, that's what they do. Exactly. People have all types of emotions. Let me tell you something. They do. Like, I'll never forget. This ain't even had nothing to do with the internet. Because this was, y'all know I'm an old bitch. And this was before the internet. And there was a boy I liked. And he liked me too. But he was liking another boy. So the other boy he liked, he was juggling between me and the other boy. But we knew about each other. So it wasn't like he was hiding it. It wasn't like it was a secret. He knew about me. I knew about him. We chose to deal with that situation. He wasn't dating either one of us exclusively. All of us was just, I was a little booty call and the other boy was a little booty call too. But the problem was, both of us wanted to be more than a booty call. So, and then he was messy. He would go tell me what the boy said about me that he didn't know me. He never laid eyes on me. He didn't know nothing about me. He didn't even see a picture because it wasn't even in the time when there was a cell phone. It was a house phone. So he would tell him what he said about me. Of course, it would cause me to say something about somebody I didn't know and just went back and forth. Well, honey, I don't know how it happened that I called and the other boy was at his house at the time and he picked the phone and it was a whole bunch of if I see you I'm gonna punch you in your face and I'm gonna stab you and da 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 da. Okay, whatever girl, whatever you say. So of course, okay bitch, do it. Why don't you come do it now? You want me to come up there so you can do it now? Oh no no no. Okay, whatever. So let's go maybe 2, 3 years later. I had kind of stopped dealing with him, other than like if I saw him in a club or whatever, because I'm only going to deal with somebody like that. But Tramel told you what I did to him. So I'm only going to deal with somebody like that, but for so long. So I ended up getting an invite to, I want to say, his 30th birthday party. So I got the invite and I'm like, so I called him. I was like, he's throwing you the party and invited me. He was like, well, I told him to invite everybody. I said, well, this is going to be a little odd because most of the people at this party are people that you played house with. So, me and him were joking around because, like I said, it was no big deal. Well, child, I rolled up to the party. I took one of my friends with me. I said, bitch, you're going with me. We go to the birthday party. Let's go have a ball. I said, but just understand that the person throwing the party said that they were going to stab me and they were going to fuck me up. So just understand that if I knock them the fuck out, because I don't take threats lightly, I don't care what 3 years ago. You said you were going to do it. So I need to make sure, maybe you got it out your system or maybe you still. So I rolled up at the door. He was at the door. And he was like, because they wouldn't let you in unless your name and like a +1 or whatever was on the list. So he said, and your name? I said, Jaquan. He was like, F. So you're Jaquan. I said, clearly you must be wrong. So, do I need to fuck you up now or later? Because remember, you said 3 years ago you were going to stab me. Oh, please let that go. Grow up. No, 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 no. You told me on sight, bitch. And just because 3 years passed, don't mean that you don't still have that same energy, bitch. Because you didn't know what I look like. Now that you know what I look like, you should really be mad. I'm that kind of stuck up bitch. I am. I said, because I'm not threatened by you at all. Never was, never have, never will be. So he was like, just go in. Okay, girl, as long as you keep it cute, I'll keep it cute. But I'm just letting you know, I'm prepared to fuck you up, bitch. Party clothes and all. You said you were going to do it. So I came prepared. I want to make sure that you got it out your system. See, I'm that person. You're not going to threaten me. And I don't care how many years down the line it is. I'm still waiting for that because you could be cuckoo. How do I know you're not cuckoo and really going to do it? And I'm like, is it a black screen on my Kingz just on your end? You should maybe come out and go back in. It's a lot of people saying, well, you're going to be. Right. It's just, child. He was upset. Like he was upset like I ruined the party for him at that moment because I came with that energy. But you gave me that energy 3 years ago when you said this is what you see. That's where people get it twisted, and that's where people end up getting fucked up by accident because somebody threatened you 3, 4, 5 years ago, and then you see them and think that it was just they were just talking, and the next thing you know, you in an ambulance, bitch, because they done jumped on you from over the table, and you sitting there like, well, what happened? What did I do? Because you forgot about the threat. I don't forget about threats, honey. I don't care if you do it today. And if I see you in 2030, I'm gonna say, okay, bitch, remember when you said back in 2021 that you was gonna do this? What's up? Because I need to know. I'm not gonna just assume because all these years passed, you got it out your system. You might see me and it just click again and you decide to go off. I need to be prepared. I don't have time for that. I don't. That's why I really don't get back into back and forth with people. And that's why, like the other day when Trinell said we were going to end it, that was part of my reason for wanting to because I was tired of people. I was like, I'm just so tired of people. I said, we sit here and we try to be the most non combative people with people, but they just don't like what we say. But what I said is true. I'm not directing it towards you, but you feel some kind of way. You want to be Billy Badass. You want to play the pissing contest and see who can piss the furthest or see who got the bigger dick because you feel in your feelings. At any given point, don't watch if you don't like what I'm saying. Don't choose to challenge me because I'm not challenging you. Just because I speak my truth don't mean that it's a challenge towards you or you sit there and feel some kind of way like they ain't about shit. They ain't gonna really do it. I will, bitch. I will. I will. And but it ain't a threat to nobody. I'm 9 times out of 10 I'm telling you quote unquote story times, things that have happened, things that may have happened to me, things that may have done. I told y'all when I was walking down the street because I was too lazy to get in the cab and the boys pulled up on me and all four of them had a gun and they was like, you the F word and I'm like, and I forgot. They called me the F word and I completely forgot that I wasn't supposed to be and I put my hand on my hip and my hand in the air like this. No, I'm not no F word. That just gave it away right there. And they was like, well, we do the F words, we shoot them. I said, well, do what you got to do. And I walked around the car and kept going on. Child, I was scared out of my mind. But some people hear that story and act like I think that he act like he can't be shot. And that, no, bitch, I was prepared for them to open fire on me. Now, what was I going to do? First of all, my fat ass can't outrun a car. As much as I like to pretend like I was Wonder Woman, honey, I'm not Wonder Woman. As much as I like Superman, I can't stop bullets, okay? So that's number one. Number two, there was no place for me to run and hide. I run into a building that's locked that I don't have a key to, because back then, all the buildings where I lived were locked. If you didn't have a key, you couldn't get in. So me running to one of the buildings that was around me was useless unless at 3, 4, 5 o'clock, well, it was like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, somebody's standing in the hallway to let me in. And then if they see me coming running like I'm losing my mind, they're gonna start running too. So it was like, what am I supposed to do? Give them what they want and watch my little fat ass go running down the street and laughing at me, or just walk like I'm a crazy bitch? And on the inside be petrified, but look like I ain't pressed. And that's what I chose to do. I was scared as shit. In my head, I'm going, all right, I'll get shot and I'll lay out here and bleed to death. My mother will be up going to work at around 6 o'clock. Hopefully, she'll look through the crowd to see what's going on and realize it's me. And she'll say, oh my God, Joe is dead in the middle of the street. I was like, maybe that's what'll happen. And or maybe like I planned the whole thing in my head because there's no way you could tell me I wasn't gonna get shot one way or another. Thank God. Thank God. They just probably, like I said, wanted to see me play fat boy running down the street, and I didn't take off running because they then pulled up on the other side of me and was like, "Did you hear what we said?" I said, "Yeah, you said you were gonna shoot me." Well, you act like you don't care. I said, not that I don't care. What the hell am I gonna do? You think I'm running across the street to the beach so that you can shoot me on the beach and bury me in the sand or push me in the water? Hell no. Shoot me on the street where people can see. I'm not giving you easy access to throw me in the Atlantic Ocean and I just float for years and my mother be looking for me. No. Shoot me on the street, child, and then y'all have to drag me into the ocean. The fuck? I'm not gonna make it easy for you. Well, we'll give you a ride home. No, I'm good. I'll walk. I'm good. You ain't gotta give me a ride nowhere. I'm good. Think I'm getting in a car with 4 thug boys that claim they have guns.
It's gonna take your cookies, honey.
Honey, that's what they was gonna do, honey. Take these cookies.
Yeah, they was gonna take your cookies.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, honey. I had to stand there and contemplate that one for a minute. Like, oh, shit, I gotta have a party before y'all, but y'all want to kill me, bitch. No, I'm good.
They want to feel your breasts.
No, I'm good, honey.
They want to feel your breasts, honey.
No, because the child of the boy. First of all, I never even knew that there were male prostitutes. I knew about the females. I knew about the females at Coney Island. I don't know if y'all from Brooklyn, but I used to live in Coney Island. So I knew about the female prostitutes, and they would take people and go onto the boardwalk and things like that, and they wait at the train station. I knew about them. I had no idea about the men. None. Child, again, my ass coming, because I was always coming from the club. Child, I used to work from 4 to 12. I would either take a change of clothes with me to work. Yeah, I would take a change of clothes because I would very rarely come home. I would take a change of clothes, or I would come home and then one of my friends would say, bitch, what are you doing? Let's go out. And I'm like, bitch, I just got home. All right, I take a shower, change my clothes, and go out. Because in New York, nothing ever closed back then. Nothing was ever closed. So I would go to work, leave work, come home. Bring a change of clothes with me and go out. So when I went out, I would end up coming home to like 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. So, and I ain't have to be back to work till 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so it really wasn't a big deal. So, one day, I come home and I'm walking in the church. I was drunk. So I'm disheveled and I'm walking. So this black guy, little short black guy, cute, came up to me and was like, hey, how you doing? I said, hey, I'm fine. I'm thinking he trying to, get a little shindig. So he's like, hey, how you doing? I said, I'm fine. He's like, so where you going? I said, I'm going home. Oh, you live out here? I said, I sure do. He was like, oh, okay. So he feeling up on me, right? So I'm like, don't touch me, because I don't like people to just touch. I don't know, you don't touch me. I'm like, don't. You at first, he did it, and I'm like, okay, what are you doing? Then when he did it again, I was like, okay, don't touch me for real. Like I don't. That's so, honey. Then comes this tall Puerto Rican sexy thing taller than me, talking about, come on, Poppy, come on, I'm gonna take you under the boardwalk. I got something for you. I said, oh no, you're not. He's like, what you mean? Come on. And he's pinching my nipples. I said, oh, no, 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 you're not. No, 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 no. I'm not going under that boardwalk with you. He was like, what are you talking about? Why not? I said, oh, no, 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 no. Because I knew it was too much. First the black boy, now the Puerto Rican boy. I'm like, they trying to tear me out, honey. No, I'm not going under the boardwalk with you. And see, the black boy saw me go to the ATM. So that's why I was more of a they're going to rob me type deal, as opposed to they were really trying to turn me out for the pimp. I'll tell you how I figured the pimp thing out. Because I was waiting for a dollar cab, because of course none were there. The one day I needed to get one and escape, they weren't there. So finally, when the dollar, then no, the black boy, while I'm waiting, the Puerto Rican boy was just trying to convince me to get me to come up under that boardwalk. Child, he done pulled it out. It's big. Da, 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 da. Come on with me. I got something for you. I'm like, no, nothing didn't say it was gonna make me go up under that boardwalk. Absolutely nothing. So I see this white man instantly come from out of there. The black boy, I hear the black boy telling him, we trying to get him to go into the boardwalk with us, but he won't go into the board. He was like, well, make it happen. You owe me somebody. I was like, oh, child, it's the pimp, honey. I was like, oh, it's the pimp. They trying to get me to become a hoe. No, honey, I hoe on my own. I don't hoe for free, honey. I don't work for nobody, honey. I works for myself. If I'm a hoe myself, I works for myself. I don't do pimps. No, 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 no. Ain't no pimps up hoes down over here, bitch. And luckily, a cab. I no, you know what? A dollar cab didn't even come. I ended up taking a regular cab, which ended up costing me like $10 with a dollar cab, because I was like, oh no, child, they really, because the black boys started coming back, and I'm like, oh no, I'm surrounded. I said, let me get in the cab and go home, child. Uh-uh. Mm-mm. I wasn't having that. And that's when I learned that there was male prostitutes in Coney Island. I mean, I should have known wherever there's women, there's men. But I was not, I wasn't really, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I never knew that there were male prostitutes. I always, I always knew about female prostitutes. I never knew there were male prostitutes. Like when I started hanging out in the village in New York, and they would say a stroll, they would go, "You gotta go to Butch Queen stroll." I'm like, "The hell is that?" And they like, "Where the boys go?" The boys? What do you mean boys? Like I was dumbfounded that there were male prostitutes. Like I really was. Like in my mind, what a male hoeing? What a man hoeing for? Who picking up men? Like it just never dawned on me that men pick up men. And when they showed me, they was like, "Come on, bitch." I saw all these boys lined up down the street. I was like, "What the heck? Wait a minute." Child, I knew about the trans girls because I knew where they used to be. So, but to me, the trans is women, so they're no different than a woman. So I'm not shocked by that. I was shocked that there were men that looked like men that were prostituted. Like I don't know why, in my mind, that just didn't happen. So seeing it happen was like shocking to me. Like men prostitute? Okay. I was a little slow back then. I was a little slow. I can't lie. I was a little slow back then. I was a little slow. Yes, they was trying to get my cookies done. And my cookies back then, now my cookies, I'm not even gonna say it. I'm not gonna do that to myself. I'm not gonna do that to myself. I'm like, mm-mm. Hey Mookie, It was a lot. Let me tell you something. When you really, I grew up in the hood, but like I was in the hood, but I didn't become a product of my environment to that degree. I became a product where, it was kill or be killed. I'm gonna do you before you do me. I've seen it. I've watched it. You don't have to become part of it to see it and get it and understand that. When you run up in the house because two girls are fighting and you go to the window and damn near everybody in the area runs in their house because it was like a circle. It was a building here, and a building here. So everybody's window more or less looked out to the courtyard. So when the two of them would fight, everybody would run upstairs. Most people would run upstairs that lived on that side and look out their windows because one would come with a bat and the other one would come with a knife. And one would swing and one would stab. One would swing and one would stab. And you run up in the house and be like, child,
Oh,
it's just a mess. So you see that, you know. Or you in your house minding your business and you hear gunshots and you gotta hit the floor because you on the third floor and they flying through the window, you know. You get used to certain things in your life that you probably shouldn't have to get used to when you grow up in the hood. But when you actually end up going out into the street, because remember, I was a church boy, so I was not exposed to a lot of this stuff. I couldn't really hang out until I was 18. I couldn't do nothing by myself, like go nowhere and do nothing, because my mother's thing was when you're 18 and have a job, you can do whatever you want. So I never like hang out with my friends by myself unless it was taking me and my sister going to the mall with our friends and coming back home. That kind of stuff we could do. But me going to a party and just chilling all night long, like some of my friends at 16 and 17, that wasn't happening. My mama wasn't having that. She wasn't having that. My grandmother wasn't having that. It wasn't going to happen. If it wasn't a party where she knew the people, where she knew my friend's mother, and she could make a phone call and say, tell him to get his ass home, I wasn't going. It wasn't happening. I wasn't. And if she couldn't take me and pick me up, she wasn't. I wasn't going. So when I turned 18, and I can do all these things, because I had a job. Mama just told me when I turned 18, she said, you got one or two choices. When summertime came and high school was over, she said, you have one or two choices. This will be the last summer that you sit home on your ass and actually do nothing. Or you can get a job and start your life out right since you don't want to go to nobody's college. I said, okay. She said, so the choice is yours. I said, I want to work. So between her and Uncle Fred, they was trying to get me a job. Because, Uncle Fred was vice president in Merrill Lynch. And my mama, she was the manager where she was working. So they was like calling all these people and getting me jobs. And then I actually got a job on my own. I was so proud of myself. I was proud of my little self. I got one all on my own. And I actually kept my little job for, 12 years. Why is this mic doing that? Let me leave it alone. I actually kept my job for 12 years. So that was like, oh my God. You just took a little 18-year-old boy that was smothered in the house, a church boy, and put me in the middle of the motherfucking, the devil. You just left me with the devil. You just took me out of heaven and just boom, threw me into hell with all the hell heathens and everything, according to the church. Child. They was trying to outsource cookie selling and muffin busting on it. So when I ended up getting out there in this world that we call the world, honey, it was I wasn't scared, child. I wanted to do all the things they told me that I couldn't do. I wanted to know why. Like I wanted to know what pleasure all these things brought. because I was going to do everything they told me not to do. I was in church all the time.
Being grown.
Now I don't have to go to church.
Being
I'm going
grown.
to shake my ass.
Just
But,
being grown.
first couple of
And hot.
months, it was boring. It was boring. It was just like, I'm going to work. I'm listening to people have conversations because really, what am I going to talk about? High school? I was just out of high school. What am I going to talk about? Oh, I went to school the other day and I let people talk. I listen to their little stories about their marriages and their boyfriends. And I'm sitting there going, people actually do this? Child, I mean, I knew some hoes in high school and junior high school, honey, but they wasn't hoeing like y'all. So, and I kept, how can I put this? I wasn't playing straight, but I wasn't really flamboyantly gay either. So it was at the time you probably could look at me and say, is he or is he not? It would have been a thought. And then I would have talked to you and you said, maybe, maybe not. A lot of people didn't even, they just saw a man and okay, he's straight. But I didn't have none of this. I didn't have no beard. I didn't have I very rarely, maybe had a fake mustache. I didn't start growing facial hair until I was in my 30s. I wanted it, but I didn't have none. So then they started outsourcing work from like temp agencies. See, this is how I know like things are meant to happen. There was only one other man in there, and he was really playing straight because he was from the islands. But me and him had this eye contact and vibe like, yeah, we know something about each other that we're not telling nobody. So it was just him and me, and neither one of us was, it was, hey, how you doing? And kept it moving. And we used to eat this girl, this one lady, and she used to bring food, and she was from the island as well. And the three of us would go to lunch, and it was cool. Well, that's when we started working at night. Because at first we wasn't working at night. Then they started this whole night shift, and they put me on it, and her and him, and they had to hire new people for the night shift. Well, baby, I don't know who sent the alarm, honey, but somebody sounded the alarm for the queen. And little by little, one by one, the queen started infiltrating my job, left and right. I don't know how, I don't know why, I don't know. It just happened that they all started talking to me and I started talking to them, and it wasn't too much, but people they weren't hiding, so people knew they were gay. And then the other guy, like I said, that was there, rest his soul, because he passed away. He looked at me one day and said, "Why do all of the gays keep coming to you?" I said, "I don't know." And I gave him a look like, "Bitch, don't get yourself exposed, because I know you think you're playing the game, but just because I'm playing the same game you playing don't mean I won't expose you, bitch. Don't try me." Well, then one day, one of them, we was talking. One of them would come to work, change his clothes on Friday, and go out to the club. Cute little Hispanic guy, older than me. And one Friday, he changed his clothes. No, it was like during the week. And he said, we were sitting there talking, and he was telling me about his boyfriend and the man, and I'm sitting there low key listening, but living on the inside. Like, where are you going? Where are you finding these men, honey? Put me on, bitch. But I'm not saying that. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm sounding like shocked and surprised, but not really shocked and surprised like I would if I was straight. So he looks at me and goes, "So you have a boyfriend?" I said, "A boyfriend? Why would I have a boyfriend? I'm not gay." He was like, "Girl, that is so cute." I said, "What are you talking about?" He was like, "That is so cute. Oh my God, you a little in the closet young queen. Oh my God, that is so cute." So I looked at him. I said, "What are you talking about in our closet? Who's in our closet and who's a queen?" He's like, "You've never been out. You." I was like, "No, I don't. I won't go to no gay establishment. I'm not gay." So the worst thing you do is tell a gay man before he wants to accept it that he's gay, child. So I'm like, child. So he's sitting there, he's like, listen, you see me bring my clothes and you see me go out on Friday. Whenever you're ready, I'm not gonna force you. Whenever you're ready, just bring some clothes and you can come out with me, make it cute, honey, because you don't want to go in there looking a mess, because the girls will read you. Make sure you have a cute little outfit and you can go out with me after work one day. I don't mind. I don't mind taking you out. I'll become your mother, your gay mother. I'm like, "Ugh, well, I don't know what you're talking about. And I don't want to go to no gay club." So I've got an attitude. And he's like, "Oh, you mad?" He said, "Don't be mad. I know a little young queen when I see one. I'm trying to help you, girl." And I was mad. When I tell you I was mad, I was mad because he like pulled my whole card. I was mad. Like all the other gay boys, they just talked to me and they didn't make reference to me being gay. They just assumed that it was what it was. And I just wasn't talking to them about my business. He just blatantly said it. And I was like, oh, this bitch. So I'm sitting there working. He's like, "Oh, you're not going to talk to me now?" I said, "No, I'm going to talk to you." He's like, "I know you're not mad at this thing." I was like, "What is a miss thing? I'm a man." I was giving him the business, y'all. I was giving him the business. So then as I'm working, in my mind, I'm going, "Girl, you need to go out with him, honey, and stop playing these games, bitch, because he might not offer it up again. Or whatever, girl." So I looked at him, I said, "Are you going out this Friday?" He said, "Yes, bitch. And even if I wasn't, if you want to go, we're going to go out just because." I was like, "Well, don't tell nobody." He was like, "Tell nobody what, girl? You think these queens don't know that you're one of us?" And I was cracking up. I was like, "I can't stand you right now." He was like, "I mean, no, you know, it's cute. It's cute that you think you're in the closet." And I was like, "Oh, this bitch, honey." So Friday comes. Of course, I went in the bathroom when it was time to leave work and changed into my little acid wash denim, honey, because that was back what it was. That's what it was given back then. I had my little acid wash shirt.
You can bring that.
I was giving very that. I had on a yellow acid wash shirt with some yellow acid wash jeans and some red suede FUBU sneakers.
Wow.
That's what I was giving. I remember it like it was just I can see it in my head. So we got on. He was like, "All right, girl, you looking cute. You trying to look like a boy." I said, "I am a boy." "Girl, you won't be a boy when this night is over, bitch." So I'm like, "Oh, I can't." His name was George. George, if you watching this, bitch, I love you still to this day. Baby, George was, oh, he was going. And I know we was walking to anybody in from New York that went to the Octagon know it was a long walk from the train station to the Octagon. And we were like halfway to the door. Well, a little more than half. We were halfway down the block from the door. And he said to me, he said, "I'm going to tell you now." He said, "I'm going to be honest with you because you're about to enter a world that you know nothing about." He said, "Gay life is a fast life and a lonely life. And if you're okay with that, and I'm telling you, by the time you are 28, you're going to be a has-been. If you're okay with that, then definitely come up here and walk through these doors. But if you're not okay with that, if you don't think you can handle that, turn around and walk your fat ass back to that train station and don't ever come through these doors." So I stood there for a second because what he said was deep. What he said was basically it was like if you don't think you can handle what's about to happen to your ass, don't go through them doors because it's lonely and it's fast. But y'all know my little fast ass, right? You know what I chose to do, right? So I could hear the music. I could hear the music pounding in the club, and I'm like, oh my god! I heard, and he stood there. He was like, I'm serious. He said, I'm serious. Think about what I said. And he said, I'm not going to just walk you into something. You need to think about what I said because you are very innocent right now. And if you go through them doors, your whole life is going to change. And I said, I want to do it. And he was like, what? I said, I want to do it. I have to see what's behind those doors. I need to see. Like the music was just pounding in my chest and I could feel it, my heart pounding with it because it was like, oh my God, I'm finally here. I'm finally here. Child, we paid our admission because when you went in the octagon, you paid, but it was like you still couldn't see. You had to go down like these little stairs and then you were in the first floor. And then there was another level that you can go up to. But when we first went in, you either could go up or down, and we went down. So I'm like hearing the music pound. I'm seeing people, but the people I'm seeing was like, just little queens. Nothing like people I saw on TV. Like, child. When I hit that main dance floor, honey, you couldn't tell me I ain't died and went to heaven, honey. I just looked around in amazement and said, all these men are like me. Oh my God, because you feel so alone. You don't really know other gay people. And you just like, it's like a euphoria that, oh my God, I've died and gone to heaven. And I'm just standing there like in amazement. Like, oh my God, I have completely died and gone to heaven. Like, I, bitch, you could. And it wasn't even about when I say I died and going to heaven, it wasn't even about the men looking good. It was like there was more people in this world just like me. I wasn't the only one. I wasn't the only one. And I found it. I found the place. Like the Vanity song, I found the place. I finally found the place where you and I can go together. Seventh heaven, honey. You couldn't tell me I wasn't in seventh heaven, honey. Just the mere fact that all those people was there and they were there and I was and I'm a part of it now. I'm like, oh my God. I had the time of my life. When I tell you the time of my life, he was trying to get me to drink. I didn't know what to drink. I was like, child, just give me juice, water. I don't care. I'm here, honey. I made it. I have made it, honey.
Grown ass. Just being grown.
So I just,
Just being grown.
and then that just led to me going out with other gay guys on the job and getting exposed to other gay clubs and just living my fast life. Because he didn't lie. It was a very fast life. And it was a lonely life if you consider being by yourself lonely. Because, and that's why I think a lot of, if we resort back to that whole conversation about the church thing, I think that's why a lot of gay people resort to church and resort to wanting to be straight. Because if I lied and told you that I didn't think about it, that would be a lie. Because I did. I was like, I probably could be happier with a woman. I probably could find me a wife and she'll love me because a woman is different than a man. They know they get somebody good. They're not letting a good thing go. But then I stopped and I said, but as soon as I do this, see, I was realistic about it. I said, as soon as I do this, I'll meet a man, or she's going to have a brother, and I'm going to be attracted to the brother or her cousin, or like I always thought that in my head, and I always felt it would be wrong for me to drag a woman into my bullshit just because I'm not happy. I felt it was wrong for me to drag a woman into my bullshit, and that's why I never did it. That's why I never explored that side of life, if you want to say, because I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it because it was always in my mind. If I did that, I know a man is going to come along and I'm going to leave her for him. I knew that I could probably be with her and be faithful, but if a man came along that I wanted to be with, it was I was going to leave her high and dry, and I felt that that was wrong. And I felt it was wrong for me to just drag somebody, innocent person, into my bullshit just because I could. And, you know, I never did it. But see, I know that's why a lot of them run to church and run to God, but it has nothing to do with God. It's just, you made a decision to walk through those doors. You made a decision to live a fast life. It wasn't the decision to be gay. It was the decision to live your life the way that you're living your life, meaning a fast life, partying, drugging, all of that. That was the decision. You didn't have to make that decision. You chose to make that decision. Being who you are, you could have still been who you are. You could have still lived your life the way it was. It ain't child. It ain't hard to meet a man, child. I could meet a man better at a straight function than I can a gay function, and that's just being real. I don't know why that's always been with me. Straight men, well, we won't call them straight. We'll say DL men. DL men love me. Always have loved me. I can go anywhere and find me a DL man. At any straight, I can walk in a gay bar and probably come out with about 10 phone numbers. Go in a straight bar and walk out with 10 phone numbers. Go in a gay bar, maybe get one. Maybe. I don't know why it's always been like that. I don't know why DL men have always loved me, but they have.
Hey, Lisa Showman.
And it's just, it is what it is. But I know why the album delivered people do it, because they can't handle.
Say bye to Monte. He got to go to work.
Monte, son, enjoy your day at work. You said Monte?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hey, Lisa. But yeah, child, it was a lot, especially being the preacher's son. So the next day, I went home, and my mother was like kind of low key losing her mind because I didn't get home till about 3, 4 in the morning. So my mother low key was losing her mind. Like, where were you? Da, da, da. I said, didn't you tell me when I was 18 and I had a job that I can go out? Well, I went out with the people on my job. So in my mind, I'm like, she's gonna ask where. I didn't think to like ask some of the straight people what was a straight club. So I said, what did I tell her? I went to the pyramid or something because she don't know. My mother wasn't going to clubs. I made up some name, child. And she was like, oh, so you're going to be hanging out with these people at work? I said, yeah, I am. Well, you could at least. I said, I told you I was going out. Don't act like I just disappeared because now, she want to pull rank. But you made the rules. You said when I was 18, I can do what I want when I had a job. And now I started doing what I want. Now it's the problem. But honey, she went out that day. And when she came back, she gagged. My hair was blonde. I had 3 earrings pierced in this ear. At the time, the left one wasn't a thing. I had 3 ears pierced here. And I went and had my nose done. She had a natural born heart attack. What are you doing? Why are you doing this? You're not going to do this living in my house. I said, what am I doing? I pierced my ear and I blonded my hair. I've been telling you for years this is what I wanted to do. And your nose is pierced. Boys don't pierce their nose. I said, well, this one did. Got a problem? Oh, she went, child. My mother, but see, that's what I tell people. I was so confident in, go, I called you. I was so confident in myself and who I was that even though my mother was standing there trying to make me feel bad and feel inadequate and stuff like that, I didn't care. I'm like, I did. Well, my hair is blonde now, so I guess we gotta wait till it grow out. I'm not going bald. I don't know what to tell you. And she was having a natural fit. But, and every time she would say, I said, didn't you say when I was 18 I could do what I wanted and I had a job? Did your money pay for any of this? No. Well, why are we complaining? I should slap the shit out of you. Well, you should, but I'm just telling you what you told me. My mother used to be so. But I tell y'all, my mouth will always like get me in trouble as a child, as an adult, even now.
Beat in the face.
Oh, El Manny, by the time I had blonded and like when I went to the club, it was like a whole instead of sitting in the closet like R. Kelly, honey, I started being Diana Ross. I was screaming, I'm coming out. Because I changed, like everything changed. My mannerisms changed. Everything changed. I just really, it took one time for me to go out to embrace who I felt like on the inside completely. Not that I didn't embrace it, but to completely embrace myself and say, this is who I am. Fuck you if you don't like it. And little by little, my mother was pissed. It's a nose ring. She pissed. She yelled at me because I went and took my sister to get her nose pierced. And she was like, why would you do this? She ain't 18 and she ain't got a job. I said, well, I am, and she wanted it, so I did it. Child, my mother had a natural born fit on my ass because I would give my sister whatever she wanted back then. Because you know why? Because I felt my mother was prudish and I felt my mother was being mean. I wanted to do it when I was my sister's age, so why I can do it for her now, my brother. Why not? Child, my mother would yell at me every day. I don't believe you took Tracy and did this. I don't believe it, and I'm gonna sue them. I said you can't sue them because all she needed was somebody 18 or older with her, and I'm 18. I was 19 back then. I said I'm 19. She was pissed at me. She was pissed at me, but I just felt as the older brother, and I know what I went through. I didn't want my sister to be subject to that bullshit because I think it was bullshit to me. Like now, my sister talks to me and she's like, "Oh, Joe Deja wants this and she wants that," and I tell her, "Okay, you can get it, long as I can go with you to make sure you do it right." I said, "Right." I said because she's gonna do it anyway. I said most of the time when you tell kids no, that's when they really want to do it. If you tell them yes, she said, I'll tell her yes and she'll never bring it up again. I said, right, because 9 times out of 10 is a shock value thing. And when you say no, that really, I'm going to show her. But when you say, oh, sure, you can get your nose pierced wherever you want, long as I'm there to help you do it and make sure they do it the right way. Okay, mom. And they never bring it up again. They never bring it up again. I miss that. Hey, Bambi. Hey, Uncle Fred. It's a lot, child. It was a lot. And being, raised up in the church 8 days a week, sometimes 9, and then coming out into this big cruel world we call this gay, I got a couple of times. I got by people. And then the more I was going out, the more I would see the lies and the bullshit people pull on your ass. And the more I see things that are going around, I started getting wiser. I started getting my street smart started picking up. You sit there and be laughed at because if you don't know how in the beginning, child, when you don't know how to read and everybody around you is reading you and you're sitting there thinking, well, your mama got 2 tits. And everybody looking at you like, girl, you knew. Cause it ain't what you was doing with the straight people, honey. It's a whole nother thing when you get with the gays. And you either learn or you get burned. And I learned real quick. I learned how to think quick, look you up and down, find everything wrong with you, and one up and one down, and read you for filth about it. It was fun. It was fun learning. Now I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure these kids nowadays they don't know what fun is. They have no idea the amount of fun that we had. They have no idea the things that we've done, the places that we've had to go, the parties that we went to on the West Side Highway, hiding away in little holes in the wall and places you wouldn't even think there was a party. because we had to hide because it wasn't just what it is. I mean, now it's crazy because now you can have a gay party anywhere, do what you want to do, but they can't because don't nobody want them there because all they want to do is fight. So it's a different time and day, but my era was fun for me. Like these kids don't know what fun is. Like I'm glad we didn't have this. I'm glad we really didn't have this. We had to actually go out. We had to actually meet people. If you wanted to see what I look like after you talked to me on the party line, I had to mail you a picture. And of course, y'all remember what that was giving, honey. Oh, you want to see a picture of me? Okay, I'll mail you one. And then you went and either brought a roll of camera film or you went and brought a disposable camera and had your little girlfriend say, take pictures. I look cute. All right. Then you know, but I didn't get the picture yet. Oh, cause they still in the shop. I gotta get them out the shop. I'm going to pick them up today, and then I'm gonna put them in the mail for you. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all old heads know exactly what I'm talking about. It ain't click and send like they can do now and be done with them in 5 seconds. No, you know, it changed. It has changed a lot of things, and I think that's why, like me and Trina was talking, why do we think there's so much fighting? Like we see videos of them, and it's like they fight all the time, and I'm sure it's because of what I talked about when I first got on. One of them was a keyboard gangster and sat there and popped shit. They accidentally bumped into each other, and then the one that wasn't the keyboard gangster popped the other one in the motherfucking mouth and said, "Bitch, you said on sight." And now the other one either got one or two things to do: be a punk and not fight back, or fight back. And most people, well, don't say nowadays, are fighting back. So you know, I think that's why these little young kids fight so much because they do have the ability to sit back and be keyboard gangsters and get people to laugh at the stupid shit they say. And then when they run into the person that they think they probably won't run into, they gag. When that person pops them because of what they say. And now they have to live up to the hype that they created on the internet. I think that's what it is because there's no reason for people to fight the way these people are fighting nowadays. The internet is the devil. Trust me when I tell you. Especially when people just come for you that don't even know you. They don't even know what the fuck they talking about, some of these people. They're just typing to be typing. And then when you go off, it's like, you didn't have to respond like that. Yes, I did, bitch. You tried it. Right. And right, El Manning. You had to work for it. Now you just take a picture, honey, apply a filter, and you look like Beyonce. And then when I see you in person, you look like Fred Sanford, and now we got an issue. Even back then, people, when the internet started really getting, it had to be around 99, 99, 1999, 2000. I will never forget a child. I was mad. I was mad. This guy, his name, we was in like an AOL chat room. Y'all remember AOL back then? That was all you had. It was like AOL chat rooms and stuff like Yahoo and stuff like that. So I'm in this chat room. This man is talking to me, and I'm talking to him. I was in my. I had to be between 28 and 29. And he told me he was like 40 something, right? Okay, he sent me a picture. Yeah, he looked every bit 30. So I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. He said, oh, I want to meet you in the village. I want to take you out to eat. And da, 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 da. I was staying with Uncle Fred at the time. That's why I know my age. So I'm like, okay, I'll meet you in the village. Just meet me by 9th Street. Because I was like, I had a car. But I was like, you know what? I'm not going to drive into the city. I'll take the train. I'll drive partway there, like in Jersey, park my car, get on the PATH train, and go. So I get off at Ninth Street, and I'm standing there waiting for him. No, sir. So of course, again, cell phones wasn't popular, so it was really like you had no choice but to stand there and wait, or find a payphone and call them at their house. Be like, okay, bro, where you at? So I'm standing there. I'm like, child. I'm looking at my watch. I'm like, bitch, you picked the time, and now I have an hour late. And everybody know I don't have no patience. So I waited. So I see somebody coming up to me because it was like spring, fall in the village back then. So y'all know it was packed, it was crowded, people walking all around doing their little do-la-las and what have you. Child, I see somebody coming up the block, and I'm like, this cannot possibly be him. With a flat top, right? With no hair in the middle. So it's just a George Jefferson flat top, right? A George Jefferson flat top. Who does that? Y'all know George Jefferson, they had no hair from the front and the middle in a circle, but he had a George Jefferson flat top, right? So I'm standing there like, that can't possibly be him. That man coming at me is like 50 years old. Because 50 didn't look like this. Back in my day, 50 didn't look like this. So I'm like, okay. So this little thing comes walking up to me that allegedly was supposed to be like 6 feet tall, because y'all know I'm 6'3". This little 5'5" thing, plump like a turkey. I ain't gonna talk about nobody being fat, but if you tell me one thing and show up another way, I don't care. I'm gonna talk about you. Because you know he's in a headshot. So I'm standing there looking at this man like he's like, hey, I'm sorry I'm late. Hey, I'm sorry I'm late. I was like, uh-huh. So he was like, sorry I'm late, but we gonna go eat? Whatever you say. So now I'm mad because you're like 45 minutes late and you look nothing like this picture. Now the picture was you when you were 30. It was you. It was all you. But you 20 years older than that picture. And it shows all over the place. So in my mind, y'all gonna think I'm a horrible person. In my mind, I'm like, I'm gonna eat this bitch out of house and home, honey. I'm going to order as much food as I possibly can. I'm gonna make this bitch pay like he has never paid before. So he took me to a Chinese restaurant. Child, I ordered pork fried rice with a side of chicken wings, some lo mein. I ate that. Then she asked me, did I want dessert? I said, sure, what do you have? She told me, I said, I'll have ice cream. Now, between that, I realized that eating food was not the answer. Drinking was the answer. So I must have had about, and I'm not lying, about 6 to 7 Mai Tais. He's like, damn, you hungry? I sure am, bitch. You made me wait. So, of course, I ate up a whole big bill that he was paying because I knew I wasn't paying for it. Even though, just in case he tried it, I had money because I don't play that shit. But I'm like, see, ladies, that's how you do it. When a man try you, that's when you get hungry. You get real hungry, honey. You get She-Hulk hungry, honey. And you eat and drink like you ain't never ate and drink before. That's how you fix a man up. Yes, Reese come walking up there, plump, honey, looking like the motherfucking penguin, bitch. I couldn't take it. I was like, bitch, I'm not Batman. I didn't sign up to go on a date with the penguin, bitch. That ain't what you look like in your picture, bitch.
The shade of it all.
Why did you come up here and I'm waiting for you to go quack? Like, come on. Where they do that at? So I left. I went home. He was like, "So you wanna?" I said, "Nope. I'm going home. Thank you. Nice meeting you. Bye." I'm a shady bitch. I'm a shady bitch. I ain't gonna play no games with nobody. I am very shady. And y'all say my face will tell the story. My face should have told him, bitch, I'm not even fucking with you right now. So he was like, well, I said, you ain't got to walk me nowhere. You go your way and I'll go mine. I'm going home. So he was like, oh, well, okay. So I kind of low key felt a little bad because he felt a little bad because he liked me. Of course he liked me. I looked exactly like I said in the picture. He liked me in the picture, so there was no reason not to like me in person. Except that I ate like a fucking pig. I wanted to throw up. I really ate and drank so much I wanted to fucking throw up. But I was doing it on purpose. So I got home and I was pissed. I was pissed. So I remember, Uncle Fred ain't gonna remember this, but I asked him, I said, can I ask you a question? Would you send somebody a picture of you when you was 30 and you look the way you do now? He was like, if I look the same way. I said, right, if you look the same way. But, here comes the shade. I seen what you look like at 30. You don't look like that now. So would you send somebody a picture of you when you was 30 and go see them the way you look now? And he was like, no. I said, well, let me tell you what just happened to me. So he started laughing at me. And he said, you know what? You really a bitch. Because I would have never thought to eat somebody out of their bill like that because I was mad. I said, oh, yes, honey. I said, yes, I do. In a minute, I'll eat you out of house and home and drink up everything in the store. I said, that's why I don't do buffets, honey, because if I don't like you, you're going to pay. And I'm going to make you pay because I'm a big girl. So I know how to eat. If it's one thing I know how to do, I know how to eat. And Chinese food, you just wait a little bit and you'll be hungry right again. Can I have some more rice? Can I have some more lo mein, please? Thank you. And the ice cream. He was like, you really hungry? I am. Could I have an ice cream, please? And another Mai Tai? And I'm thirsty too, bitch.
I'd have beat your ass. I would have beat your ass. I hear I done spent up all my damn money on you. You go.
He thought, Chad, I went home. Then he got call me. Then he called me. Because like I said, it was no cell phone tonight. He called me. Sounding like a lost soul, like a little kid. And he was like, so when can I see you again? I said, oh, you won't be seeing me again.
Oh, honey, you would have saw me again. You would have saw me again. No, I wouldn't. Yes, I said, you would have saw me again. And he was like, what did I do? You didn't like me? I said, what did you do? I said, that picture. Let's talk about that picture. And he was like, what do you mean? I said, well, the picture was you. I said, I can't say the picture wasn't you, but the picture was you like 20 years ago. This bitch gonna say, oh, well, I did have the picture airbrushed. Well, bitch, you should have airbrushed your real face too, bitch. Because clearly that tells me you know you don't look with nothing like what that picture looked like. You had a head full of hair. You was young. All that moles up under your eyes and shit wasn't there. And the bad part was, he wasn't a bad looking man. It was the fact that you lied to me. And you sent me a whole airbrush picture. Like, you so mean. Ever had that picture airbrushed the shit out of that motherfucker? You mean. And then you come rolling over here looking like motherfucking penguin with a George Jefferson flat top. Who does that? You are so mean. Why am I mean? I don't have to entertain that bullshit. That man spent all his money on you. Well, honey, you shouldn't have took my fat ass out to eat. I'd have beat your ass. I'd have beat you, honey. What would you beat me for? If I spent my money on you, child, he couldn't possibly thought nothing else was going to happen. Oh, something was going to happen. Oh, no, honey, that wasn't going to happen. Oh, you gonna give me some cookie, honey? He wasn't getting no cookie. He wasn't even getting a finger job, honey. He wasn't getting nothing. You was gonna give me some cookie, honey. Nothing. He better had enjoyed my company, honey, because that was all he was getting. Was my motherfucking company, honey. That was it. That was all. That's why I don't understand women when they. But I felt sorry for girl. I ain't never felt that sorry for a motherfucker in my life. That's so shady. That's not shady. That's the truth. He could be watching this right now. You know who you are. He might come find your ass. Yo, he won't find me, honey, because if he was about 50 back then, he might be dead now. Because he got to be 80 now. Because I was 28, 29. It was like right before I met you. Oh. El Manny said, you won't see me again first, especially if I see you. How you going to see the man and then realize that he's not you? You mad? And Reese Cup said, Tramel, you need to stop it. You would have did the same thing. No, this is what I have. No, Tramel wouldn't have did it. He would have felt bad for him and just had a regular dinner and said bye and went home.
This is what I have a problem with. You sat there and you saw what the man looked like, and then you still let him take you out to dinner.
No, I wanted to leave. I wanted to leave. I'm gonna be honest. My first reaction was to leave. It was.
Well, why didn't you leave?
Because he saw me standing there.
You should have left.
And then my next reaction was to tell him that he took so long that I had to go. But then I thought to myself, I've stood here for 45 minutes. I'm going to get something out of this.
See, that go right there.
Oh, I'm not lying. I said, I stood here for 45 minutes. If he would have been on time, I probably would not have even gone through with the date. I'm being honest.
So you stood
But because I stood in the village for 45 minutes at 9th Street and felt I had wasted my time, and then you roll up looking like this, I'm going to get something out of this, honey. I'm going to get something out of this. So when he said, I want to take you to dinner, and I even made sure, that's how much of a bitch I am. He said, I want to take you to dinner. I said, oh, well, I don't know if I have money for dinner. He said, oh, no, I'm going to pay. I said, okay, let's go.
So you sat in the presence of a man that you did not want. You knew you did not want.
Mm-hmm.
And let
sure did. And had good conversation with him,
too. Because if you let me spend up all my money, I'd have beat your ass.
And had a good conversation with him, too. And like I know he wanted to call me a fat bitch at some point. Because you could see, he's like, damn, you ain't finished eating yet. I'm like, no. I want more. Can I have some ice cream? Do you have dessert? Can I have another Mai Tai? He was like, are you an alcoholic? I was like, I am tonight.
I'd have beat your ass. I'd have beat your ass, child.
I was like, I am tonight.
I'd have beat you.
I did. Because I felt violated. I felt like,
how you gonna feel violated?
You violated my right to tell you no, and I wouldn't have even been there in the first place had I known what you really look like.
What did I marry?
You the one say I'm stuck up in bougie.
You are.
Hey, Derek. Yes, Derek. If you or anybody on Facebook, if you're typing, I can't see it because I'm actually on YouTube. No, let me tell you, Tyrone and Famous. Let me tell you something. I ain't got no child. I've used to leave people left and right, honey. I see them coming before they see me and turn around. I did it to Tramel's friend, honey. Child? This child told me he was, child. Let's just say he had himself in my mind looking like a basketball player. Okay. Now it's one thing if I'm just not attracted to your face. I'm not going to be mean and leave somebody standing there because I'm not attracted to you. But again, when people lie to me about the way they look, like before there was like internet, when people met me, because I was insecure about my weight, I would make people think like I was Big Pun. And they would see me and be like, you're not as big as you said you are. And I'm like, yes, I am, because I didn't want you to ever say that I lied about the way that I look. So I would make myself to you bigger than what I am. Or they would have an image of me being bigger than what I was, because you'll never embarrass me the way I've embarrassed people. So I've always set it up that way. Like, they couldn't see me, so they was like, I'm a big dude, like Fat Joe, Big Pun. I'm big, I'm like that, but I'm cute. It's up to you if you want to see me, but I'm a big dude. So they didn't have a problem. And then when they see me, they be like, you're not that big, bro. Why you say? Cause that's just how I feel. Whatever. Well, this child decided to give me a basketball player's description.
Yeah, boy.
Then I roll up, honey, and baby Huey came walking to my motherfucking car. And I was like, who are you? So he told me, I said, oh, it was nice to meet you. And I pulled off, bitch. We was right at Newark Penn Station. And I pulled the fuck off. I was like, child, your butt and belly is the same size. And it ain't small, bitch. That ain't gonna happen. And then he had to walk with a I swear to God, Google Baby Huey, honey. If you don't know who that is, that cartoon duck, honey. Google Baby Huey, and that's exactly what it gave. Then the shade was when I started working with Tramel,
Baby Huey worked with him, honey. And Baby Huey was his best friend, aka son. Child, Tramel's life was miserable because I didn't like that bitch and that bitch didn't like me. Down to the point of when Tramel told that bitch he was marrying me, he was like, why would you want to marry that bitch? Because I'm that bitch, honey. That's why. Fat ass. Oh, I couldn't stand that child, honey. Oh, I can't stand her to this day.
No reason not to like Maurice.
He ain't had no reason not to like me either. What? Because he lied about the way he looked and I pulled off and left him standing at Penn Station? Learn not to lie, girl, because I wasn't the only one she lied to like that, honey. I wasn't the only one that pulled off on her, honey. I got the scoop on her, honey. How she want to give people, she look like Shaq, bitch, and then you get there and Baby Huey standing there and you just wait for, hi, everybody, I'm Baby Huey.
I like
Child. When your ass and your belly the same size and it ain't small, honey, that's a problem. If you turn sideways and I don't know if you coming or going, bitch, that's an issue. If you stand on your hands and I can't tell if you upright or downright, that's a problem, bitch.
That's mean, Joseph.
Hey, Antoine. Y'all Jersey people know who I'm talking about too. That's why I ain't say her real name. But I can, because everybody on Tramel's page know who I'm talking about. Her. If I say her name. But I won't. She know who she is. You know who you are, girl. So just if you see this, you know, bitch, I'm reading you. Yes, I am. I am. And there's nothing you're going to do about it. Because if that was the case, you would have did it 20 years ago. And you haven't done it yet. So just zip it and keep it moving. Anyway, Derek, you know exactly who I'm talking about, huh? Because I'm sure she didn't like you either. She don't like nobody that likes Tramel. You see, the rest of y'all played nice with that bitch. Me and somebody else didn't play nice with her. And we told that's because we born 2 days apart. We told you about I don't like that fat bitch. Yes, honey. I don't have time to play these games with bitches, honey. I don't. I hate when my ice gets stuck together when I'm drinking water. See, you know who I'm talking about. You know exactly who I'm talking about, honey. There's only one
y'all gonna leave my friend alone.
Walking around looking like a Baby Huey, honey.
Y'all gonna leave my son alone.
But I'm sure there's more. But the you know, the who's what's know who I'm talking about. Yes, it's really water. He had a booty stew and a stomach stuck out further than his booty. Child, the stomach and the booty stew did the same thing, honey. I mean it for real. It was like that, and the ass was like that, and they could turn sideways, and you be like, "Well, you coming to go, bitch? Is that your ass or your belly?" Y'all not gonna have me on here talking about people today. Anyway, I want to know. I ain't getting no emails. I know Reese Cup says she's doing it, but I want to know who else is going to do our little 14-day spiritual cleanse.
I'm ready.
Because it starts on, Tramel said it starts on Sunday. So he's getting all his meat eating in between yesterday and Sunday.
Yeah, I made some hamburger smothered in gravy.
Yes, he woke up and made hamburgers smothered in gravy. I think you made that was mashed potato?
Yes.
With some mashed potato. Yes, Trisha, looking like a whole S, honey. Hey, Roxanne. Well, happy early birthday, Derek. Tyrone, you can go 14 days. You can go 14 days. You need to cleanse yourself.
No
both
meat,
ways.
no sex. No
you need to
social
cleanse
media.
yourself both ways so that you're ready. And in the 14 days, you will appreciate famous even more.
I knew the sex thing did it for Tyrone.
You will appreciate famous even more. El Manning, you can go 14 days without self-love. I know you can because you're my best friend. You can. You can. I know you can. I have more faith in you people than you have in yourself.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on? I'm not understanding. I'm not understanding. I don't know. No. You need a little built-up frustration. You need a little built-up frustration. You know, so maybe me and Tramel is different because, you know, I like to strangle him.
No, man, he said he's going to drink some cranberry juice. That's the same thing.
You know what, Trisha, that's going to be the hardest part for me, too. I ain't going to lie. That's going to be the hard part for me. Because I don't know how I'm going to sit down and actually eat a meal with no form of fish, meat, chicken, a sausage or something.
Well,
and then yesterday, I was looking at this recipe for red beans and rice with this big ass smoked sausage in it, and I want to go get me a smoked sausage. But if I get them, you know, the ones that's in the box. So I'm gonna have all these sausages that I ain't gonna be.
Well, Joseph, tell them they can do it for as long as they can. They got,
true. You don't have to do it for the whole 14 days. You can do it for 5.
Or you can do it for 2.
No, we're not doing it. 2, you might as well not do it. At least 5. I mean, come on. What kind of spiritual people are you? You got to give back to the ancestors because they give to, especially you, Tyrone and Famous. I'll have a conversation with y'all offline because you need to cleanse your spirit just because the manifestations of the manifest.
Woo, mama!
Well, congratulations, Antoine. Roxanne, look, you can't eat no meat and you can't have sex. And you can't have no soda, juice, or nothing. It just take everything away. Just water,
no cream,
and fruits and vegetables. You can't even have coffee. Now that's gonna kill me too.
You can have coffee. You just can't.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna have tea with lemon and honey, cause honey is natural. She said my ancestors had sex. I can't. Hey Sheila. She said, my ancestors had sex. Child, I'm done. That's right. Y'all need to cleanse your spirit. That's what y'all need to do. You need to cleanse your spirit. You too, Trisha. You can do the no meat thing. I wish a millionaire would. I wish a millionaire would try to take my meat. That's what you sound like. That's what you sound like. No joy, no happiness.
Well, y'all, if they ain't gonna do the challenge, just tell them to meditate once a day for like 15 minutes.
Say, what you think I'd be doing? A manifest sick every day. Y'all are so. You know what? Me and Tramel are gonna do this. And y'all are going to see the glow on us, even though there's 14 days with no sex. Will we starting Sunday?
Yeah.
Okay. Because, you know, I got to he got to put the harness on and I got to walk him around with Jamel.
You ain't walking me no motherfucker way. What you think I am?
Strangle him and spit in his mouth and throw him up against the wall.
Yeah, right. Turn my damn mic up. Yeah, goddamn it, right. I wish the hell.
Is that the one? Talk.
Testing.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yes, that's me. I wish the hell you would, child.
Well, I'm just saying.
You're gonna put no harness on me and walk me.
You had the harness on the other day.
Yeah, but I had the harness on. That's for fashion purposes. That's it.
Roxanne said no sex is cruel and unusual punishment. I need my face stuck like yours.
I wonder what Massa did when two boys, when he caught two boys in the barn doing it or something.
Well, he was probably one of the movies.
Okay.
El Manning said that ain't gonna be no glow. That's gonna be sexual frustration. It's gonna be my glow. You know, like the last dragon. See, and he was a virgin, so I'm gonna get that glow.
Yes. I'm doing a child.
Why you look like that? Well, you sitting there at attention like.
Okay. I'm gonna look just like Tyra Banks, honey. I am gonna be like Tyra Banks after the cleanse.
Hey, Erica.
Hey, Erica.
Well, for those of you that want to do the cleanse, we welcome you. We're starting on Sunday and ending on the 29th of the month.
They're gonna do it.
The only one doing it with us is Reese Cup.
It's okay.
And that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because on the 29th, we're going to have Reese Cup up here so she can tell us how she felt and what she went through. And we're going to tell you what we feel.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't see both of us lose our mind on camera because he ain't had no coffee and I ain't had no meat.
I'm going to be giving girl a face, honey. I'm going to have collagen in my skin. I'm just going to be glowing. My skin is going to be supple.
Reese Cup said you're going to be abused for the next few days. El Manning said that's just ashy skin for lack of lubrication. See, that's why El Manning is my new best friend. My other best friend wouldn't have thought nothing that funny.
Oh, Roxanne gonna whoop your ass, child.
You gonna make me spit
whoop
my
your ass, honey.
I know Roxanne gonna get me. I know she is.
She gonna
call me as soon as it's over. Now let me tell you something, bitch. That's what she gonna say. That's just what she gonna say. What do you want, Jomel? Well, y'all.
Is Jomel doing a cleanse soon?
Child, the mere fact that we're doing a cleanse
means
he's doing a cleanse.
Exactly.
So he's gonna lose about 15 pounds.
But he likes vegetables.
Yeah, he do.
Yeah, Jomel likes the vegetables. He especially loves tomatoes.
And broccoli.
Yeah. Jomel don't give a damn what it is.
As long as he eat what we eat, child, that's all that matters.
Mm-hmm.
The shade. Lady Derek.
See you later, Derek. Hey, cut it out.
All right, y'all. I'm getting out of here. I have some stuff I have to go do today. I did a little bit before I started. That's why I was a little late this morning. I thought I could do what I needed to do and be back in 10 minutes. I don't know why I thought that. But anyway, so you came to sit here, interrupt my live, and now that I'm going off, you're going to go lay in the bed? Well, I'm in the living room. Go lay on the couch. Child, Jomel said, leave me out of this mess. Right. Jomel ain't got to worry about the no sex because we fixed that. He little low key hump his little lamb chop dog. That's all it will ever be. Is a hump and a ball.
Sheila, you ain't never lied. He needed cleansing from sucking socks. You ain't never lied about that. Anyway, y'all, I'm about to get up out of here. Y'all enjoy your day. Please follow us on all social media outlets. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and of course right here on YouTube. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And if you want to become part of the McCray Kingdom, hit that join button. If you don't see it, it is in the description box already. You can hit that link and you can join the McCray King's page tonight at one of our round tables. And make sure you check out McCray King's boutique for all things McCray King's and Dare to Be Different. And when we go back to having coffee with the Kings, we're off our 14 days. You too can have coffee with the Kings with our face on the mug. Go check it out. And check out our website. Check out everything McCray King's. If you don't know what's McCray King's, Google us, bitch. Anyway, y'all, I had fun today. I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the story time because basically that's what it was. It was a story time of telling you of how I went from church boy to gay boy.
Yes, Erica, Jomel's still sucking on socks.
Yes, Jomel's still sucking on socks, honey. But anyway, y'all, I want y'all to, if you are doing the cleanse, it starts on Sunday, email us, we'll tell you what to do. Or make sure you go and check out Hummingbird's page on Facebook and subscribe to her there as well. And when she comes back from her cleanse, you probably can get you a free reading on a Sunday when she does have Sunday readings. And, you know, we're going to have her back on here when she's on her cleanse. And, y'all, I am all right here. And I still didn't take the car yet. I keep getting up too late. I want to be like the first person there because I don't want to wait for nobody. I just want to wait for them to do it and leave. So that's that. Anyway, y'all, I appreciate all of you for coming and spending your afternoon with me. But I am about to get out of here and go do something with my afternoon. Please look out for Meeting in Q's World on Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are going to do what we do best and rant about a bunch of stuff. And if you see something that you want me and the Q's to talk about over the weekend or anytime between today and Monday, just email. You can email me at TheMKingz, and that's Kingz with a Z, at gmail.com. And let me know. It's from, just say Joseph and Q Red, and I'll know, and I'll forward it to her. And we will, but please don't send me nothing that I can't find out the information for. We're not going to talk about things we don't know what the hell we're talking about. So if you see a story or something that's interesting, just email it to me, and I will forward it to her. We will get the information, and we will talk about it on Monday. And you know, if y'all like it, we'll do it all the time. But anyway, and also look out for Trinell's interview in Q's World. That'll be coming out soon as well. But and make sure y'all subscribe to all the content creators that are in my chat. I don't want to forget nobody. You got Mookie and Tamika Sweet Pea Brown. Make sure you subscribe to them. In Q's World, make sure you subscribe to her. Make sure you subscribe to Speak Your Truth with Roxanne. And make sure you subscribe to, I think those are the only content creators in my chat today. I believe so. I don't want to leave anybody out. I'm just scrolling to make sure I'm not leaving anybody out. I don't think I missed anybody. So yes, in Q's World, Speak Your Truth with Roxanne. And also Mookie and Tamika Sweet Pea Brown. And it's going. Hey, Budget Bougie. Sorry I didn't see you when you came in. I did not see you when you came in. I apologize. Y'all know me, honey. I will go back and call everybody's name I forgot. Because I like calling everybody. Oh, and make sure y'all go subscribe to Just Bambi Doe. I knew there was somebody else. Make sure y'all go subscribe to Just Bambi Doe. Bambi will have you laughing. Bambi funny, y'all. And I'm trying to make sure that was it. Yeah, I believe that was it. Anybody else? Please don't. I didn't see you in the chat. And yeah. So go subscribe to all those people if you haven't already. I don't know what else to say. Should I sing my song like I brought y'all in with my song? Should I sing y'all out with my song? Y'all need a little inspiration from Jesus? I'm not going to sing it because Tramel said I'm going to hell, so I'm not going to sing my love and thunder song. Come on up in the Lord's house, he shall conjure love. Come on up in the Lord's house, he shall conjure love. Oh yeah. I couldn't help it. I had to. Anyway, y'all, please enjoy your day. Make it the best day ever. Make sure you dare to be different, because why would you want to be the same? And you know what time it is. I'm going to say it anyway, but you should already know it by heart, because you know that it's always Team McRae all damn day. Later, y'all.